All right. Welcome back to
Well, hang on.
episode.
It says recording will start soon.
Oh,
You do have something in the corner that says recording?
yeah, it popped up. It says it's recording right now.
Oh, it says recording. See, I don't know because it doesn't say stop recording. Now it is.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Spaghetti and Meatballs, your favorite podcast for Bulls basketball talk, episode 2. Your host, Trevin and John. What do you got to say, buddy?
I mean, here's what I'm gonna put it out there. I know everyone didn't get to view as we did a little back and forth pregame show, our red hot content. But newsflash, since we started this, we're undefeated.
4-0, baby.
4-0.
4-0.
And I read something today that it's us, the Utah Jazz, and the Golden State Warriors, the only undefeated teams left.
Yeah, I knew there was only 3. I didn't know what the other 2 were, but I knew Chicago was one of them.
You knew that.
Bulls, baby.
Before we break down any content, I want to say tomorrow night could get emotional.
There's probably going to be a tear or two.
I mean,
on my side, there'll definitely be a tear or two. I mean, run down the list.
Yeah.
You know, Tibbs, Taj, Derrick Rose, all on Joakim Noah night.
It's going to be there's going to be more than one MVP chant tomorrow night. There better be. Really, there better be.
Deservedly so. Oh, there better be. You got that right.
So we got that.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
I just want to throw that out there already. The Knicks had a big win last night against Philadelphia.
Yeah, they're 3-1, right?
Yeah. So they're a solid squad. So they're coming in, and we got a rough schedule coming up. We got to beat the bad teams, which we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you did what you had to do, and opening night was a little shaky, but that was expected.
Yep.
As we both agreed that that clear path foul might have been the turning point of that game.
So I don't know if our listeners, our viewers here, remember it from night 1. It was Levine, I believe midway through the third.
Yeah, it was through I can't remember what led up to it, but yeah, that it was about midway through the third. And I thought it was a generous call too.
Yeah, you know what? I think it could have gone either way. But yep, definitely third quarter clear path foul. I think he either tied us after that or put us up by 1 after the free throws in possession.
Yeah, and I think that was the first lead.
Yeah.
In that game, maybe.
Yes.
Or at least since early in the game, early in the first quarter.
And as Trevin and I here, we're again pregame show, we're getting all our ducks in a row. We're not going to give you a game by game. We're just going to give you an overall feel of what we think through 4 games. Kind of just highlighting some stuff about. Again, we're not all sunshine and rainbows. We're
right.
Going to tell you some concerns.
Yep. Things we liked, things we didn't like. Because there was definitely some issues there with the size, and I think that second unit is going to be. I think they're going to kind of be hit and miss. I think some nights, Caruso might be able to come in and get you. He's always going to get you the defense, but he might.
Right.
Well, I think 15 points or something.
I'm with you. The positive I see with that second unit is you bring in 4. It's not a line change NHL style. He usually has been leaving out either Levine or DeRozan.
Yeah.
And I think he says you guys have free reign on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
I think you're right. Yeah, that's a good call because, that's the way it seems to be when they make that change. Whichever one of those guys is still in there is, man, do I love DeMar shooting that mid-range jumper.
He's getting that. I don't know anybody. Is there anybody he can't get that shot off against right now?
I don't think so.
It's crazy to say, but he might be the closer on the offensive side of the ball.
He was the other night.
He was the other night in Toronto.
Was that last night?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. Yeah.
And as we were texting before that, there was no way he was letting us lose back in Toronto.
Yeah, right. And because the fourth quarter we got pretty stagnant there.
'Until
he hit at least 2, maybe 3 big shots where the momentum was going
Yep.
the other way, and they cut it down to 2 or 4 points, and he came down and
we had the terrible, and I think I'm for someone with such a high basketball IQ, the Lonzo Ball inbound on the sideline, like if you're not 100% sure of that, at least go the opposite way and let us get it back in a defensive set.
yeah, that was
just
that was not top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Because what they were up by 4 at that point.
Yep.
And then you essentially just handed. And yeah, I don't know, because I like what I've seen from Lonzo, but he's definitely not the greatest ball handler per se. Like in terms of just, he's smart. He can get off the passes and stuff, but sometimes,
Yep.
because I think there was 7 turnovers in that fourth quarter.
Well,
and I think he had at least 1 or 2 of them.
Yep.
Besides that one.
Yes, he had that pass. I think it was to DeRozan in the lane.
Yeah.
I will say a great pass that we had talked about. We were going to make it the dish of the
the pasta dish of the week.
The pasta dish of the week.
I'm glad you remembered it.
To me, the pasta dish of the week, and anyone can jump in here. You can text us. You can put it in the comments. Toronto. Caruso cuts down the lane. DeRozan bounce pass for a little reverse and one.
That was pretty.
That was the pasta dish of the week.
The first edition.
First edition to me.
Pasta dish of the week.
To me. So let's get into it. What do you think overall? We're 4-0. What do you think?
Well, I think, like we said, when we kicked it off, we did what we needed to do. And the Toronto game was definitely a good test. Not the fourth quarter that we were hoping for, but they're physical. Toronto's a physical team, and that was even without what's his name? Siakam?
Oh yeah.
Pascal
or whatever.
Yeah, I know. But overall, because they had they saw the second game against the Pistons, that wasn't, that was exactly what you wanted to see, what they have to do to those.
Other than the start that night, because I think we were down 9 or 11-0.
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, we were down 9-0.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, they definitely competed against the physical team. I'm going to tell you right now, though, we said in the first episode, I'm still concerned about Vooch on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
He's moving a little slow, a little sluggish.
Yeah.
I know he's not an outstanding defensive player to begin with, so I'm a little concerned when we have our 2 perimeter guys that aren't known for their defense in Levine and DeRozan in a pick and roll with Vooch.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to end well most times. And that's when he got switched onto Van Vliet in the fourth quarter when he tried that 3, and he was dancing all over the place. So I think
just give him the layup at that point.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're going to see a lot of that stuff when because teams are going to try and exploit that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I will say the positive with Vooch is that offensively, I don't think he's anywhere near what we're going to see, rest of the season.
Yeah,
it hasn't been a great offensive start for him. He's heating up a little bit.
Yeah.
He was getting shots at will, though. I know we were texting like he's getting anything he wants, little jump hooks, mid range.
Yeah,
he was wide open threes. Like he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of those shots that he had missed, most of the time he's gonna make them.
Right.
There was a lot of them on the inside that he was just leaving short, or
not concerned.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So we got that. My other big takeaway, which we talked about, is Alex freaking Caruso.
Oh, man.
He's leading the league in steals. He's leading the league also in deflected passes.
Yeah, like 4.5 a game or something that, right?
So,
I mean, you want to talk about active hands. He's got them going all the time, man.
He's like a magician.
Oh, he is.
Now you see me, now you don't.
I've been impressed. I knew I was going to like him, but I think he's even better than what I expected.
I was worried, like, is he going to be one of these fan favorites where it's like
where it's more like
a sideshow act?
Everyone wants to love. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, I didn't want that, but he's really proven me wrong. He's such a great defender. He brings that energy with that second unit because, as we talked about, you're already concerned when we say our bigs are Alize Johnson, Devontae Green. Those are our bigs. I mean, we're talking 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" is our big.
Right.
So he really comes with it defensively.
Yeah, which is nice to make up, for that size deficiency in that second unit because, it's, they're definitely outmatched most of the time.
Well, and one thing I do want to say with that second unit, because I know that's kind of been like a focus lately between you and I, is when we get Kobe White back in the next 2 to 3 weeks here.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but I'm also curious, what's that dynamic going to look like? Is he going to stick with this, or is it going to be he puts Kobe in a little bit earlier, he brings the rest of those guys in and subs back in a DeMar or a Levine? I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out because I would like to think that they could just put him in at 2 and have Caruso run the point.
Yep.
And then keep either DeMar or Levine in there, and really, you wouldn't be losing anything.
No. So I'm excited about those possibilities.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice too that going on kind of just the theme of what we saw is it's nice to have other scoring options when Zach isn't. What did he not get his first points until halfway through the second quarter the other night or something? So it's nice to see that there's other scoring options and that it's
we're not consistently saying
totally reliant on him.
Levine's off. We have no chance. We do have a chance here.
Yep. And with him, it's only a matter of time until he does heat up most nights.
Well, okay. Well, let's talk about this. He's got that ligament tear in I believe it's the pinky on the non-shooting hand that he says he's going to play through. I mean, how do you're kind of our go-to medical expert on spaghetti and meatBULLS.
Well,
you're virtually a doctor.
We pretty much. I mean, all things considered.
Yeah, all things considered.
I would think that he's gonna have a hard time with everything other than shooting.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna affect his shooting, but in terms of, I mean, it almost kind of looked like it was bothering him early in the game the other night. There was a couple of turnovers where knowing about this injury now kind of makes you wonder, was that just a mishandle or was that because
now is that something do we tape this up and just say get out there, or is it like
rub some dirt on it, tape it up? He's going for it.
No, and you know what? I believe I saw a quote from him said this team's 4-0. I'm going out there.
You darn right. It's his first 4-game winning streak, so he wants to make it 5.
So it's just an exciting time.
It really is, man. I mean, that was about as ideal of a first week as we could have had.
Yeah.
Thinking back about our conversation last week, looking forward to what it was going to be. We couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, I think moving forward, if Vooch gets going a little bit more, I mean, you got a real 3-headed monster on the offensive end. And I'm not even counting Lonzo, who's had some real hot shooting to some of the year.
Oh, my gosh, man. He is I knew he had gotten better at it last year, but he's did he hit 4 of them the other night? At least 3 of them. And that corner shot, he loves that corner shot. He takes that extra dribble and
boom.
Nothing but net.
Yeah. So I mean, we just got a lot on the horizon to look forward to here.
I agree. I've been impressed overall with the team defense as a whole. I know that there's a couple of individual issues, but overall, I think they're
I mean, we had
somewhere ranking like 6th or something in total defense.
Again,
the competition hasn't been great, but
hey,
they're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? You didn't make the schedule. You didn't make the teams.
Yep.
You got to beat who's out in front of you. And we held the Pistons to 88 points.
Yeah.
We held a good Toronto team down.
Yeah.
So
for 3.5 quarters of that game.
3.5 quarters.
But I mean, that was.
And we've had several 30-point alerts too.
Yeah.
The second Pistons game and the Pelicans game, we had a 30-point alert out there. So
yeah. And I I think just as more time goes and they get more gelled together and play more games together, it's just gonna, like you said, three-headed monster is just gonna get,
And
more
you know, it's
impressive
just
every week.
nice having Billy Donovan, somebody you feel so confident in on the bench, making all the right moves, making all the right decisions out there, personality-wise, knowing how to figure it out. So I'm just excited.
And I think, like you said earlier too, just how when one of them, if it's Zach or if it's DeMar in with that second group, it's just he says, "Here, take it." He doesn't try and come up with some scheme to try and just it's they're running the show and just do what you want. So
yep. And I think the guys in that second unit, I mean, they're scrappers.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah.
Alize Johnson, I didn't know how I was going to feel about him.
Yeah.
But I like him.
Yeah.
So
Devontae had a couple of he had a pretty good a couple of big moments there.
Oh man.
I have a feeling he's just gonna what was that gosh, now I can't remember, but he had a couple of big dunks in that one. Was it the Pelicans game?
Yeah, exciting plays.
Oh, energy, baby. Crowd loves it.
So here's what we got on the horizon. Tomorrow night, we got the 4-0 Bulls versus the second seeded right now, 3-1, New York Knicks. That's tomorrow night. We already talked. Joakim Noah night. Then the next game, which is, I believe, Saturday night, we are playing an undefeated Utah Jazz team. So I think these next two games are really going to be telling for us.
Yeah, even I mean, if you end up 1-1 in those games, and even in the game you lose, you still
are competitive.
I would think that you have a better chance of beating New York than you do the Jazz. So just in my head, I'm assuming in that 1-1 scenario.
Well, so let's look at our net. We have New York, Utah, Boston, back-to-back with Philadelphia's and New Jersey.
Yeah.
So what do you think out of those six with this 4-0 team, Trevor? What do you think?
I mean, with those 6 games, I think 3-3 would be.
I'd be pumped with 3-3.
I would be very happy with 3-3.
We start the season,
Yeah.
7-3 in our first 10 games.
Yeah. You can't ask for any, especially with the schedule after that. It's
I don't have it right in front of me, but
then it's against
Dallas, Golden State.
Yes. And the West Coast trip at the Clippers, Lakers, Portland, Denver.
Rodeo trip coming up. Like we got a challenge in front of us.
Yeah.
We set the table already.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
We let everybody know we're for real.
Yep. Hey, only 46 more wins to 50.
Yeah.
That's the first 4 out of the way.
Well, that number in Vegas has jumped because it was 40.5, and I believe now it's 43.5.
I would believe it.
So, and I don't think there's anything stopping us from getting to 50.
No, I don't think so either. And because I just think it's just going to keep getting better and better.
Nope. I mean, that Kobe White factor is going to be – I'm interested, like I said, to see how he plays it out. But you're bringing that microwave off the bench and boom.
Heat it up, baby. Heat it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And what do you think? A couple more weeks, 2-3 week? Were you thinking? Is that what your sources say?
Well, my sources, I've been on the horn most of the day, and I get conflicting reports though. But
shoulder injuries can be a little tricky,
My one guy closest to the team says about 3.5 more weeks.
Okay, so let's see.
We're talking, Thanksgiving.
Okay, Thanksgiving. Okay, all right.
A lot to be thankful for.
Oh, a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah. So
at that point, I imagine we'll probably be about 15-0, maybe 18-0. Kobe gets in the mix, and forget about it.
Forget about it.
We'll be buying more of these hats eventually.
Yeah. Oh man. So that's where we're at. I think we just had a great start to the season. We had great defensive pressure. We're really fitting in with that second unit. And our finishers are finishing.
Yeah. It was nice to see. Again, Zach didn't have the shot in the fourth quarter, but DeMar stepped up and he closed that game out. And that Vooch is capable, Zach's capable. So,
I think we're a scary team when you say Vooch is our third option.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah, I agree.
so
But you're right. It's exciting, man. That was a fun first week, and it's nice to have meaningful Bulls basketball
yes,
again. Where again, even if they don't win, you're still going to get a good game.
a competitive effort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, I
Exactly.
don't want to get too far out in front of my skis here. So
That's
we don't
never
need to
good.
talk about Utah and Boston and Philadelphia. What are you looking for tomorrow night? Joakim Noah night. Tibbs is back. D Rose is back. Taj is back. What are
Oh
you looking
man.
for? What are your predictions? I don't know the spread. I can look it up for us. But what are
Yeah,
you?
I'm not sure what the spread is either. I mean, over under on Tier Shed, I'll tell you that one's going to be pretty high up there. So, but and it'll still go over for me at least. But yeah, just the same kind of stuff. I think that another good test. It'll be nice to play that first game against the Knicks at home. That crowd's going to be pumped, man. They're going to be going nuts for Joakim, and
Yep.
again,
I think
for
you
the
got
other
to feed
guys
off
back.
that energy. You got to
Yeah,
feed
yeah.
off that initial energy. I just
Mhm.
looked up the spreads. Bulls are given 4 points, so we're favored by 4. You think that's right?
Yeah, I'd say that's about right on. I don't know if that would. I don't know if I would mess with that one, but I would say that's about right. I mean, it's not going to be much more than that. That's for sure. I
No,
think
I
it's
don't
going
think
to
we're
be
going.
another scrappy, low scoring, not low scoring, but 90s. You know.
Julius Randle's really coming in age. You got D Rose.
Yeah, yeah.
They're a good young squad. So I
Well,
think
and I think it'll be a good challenge too for the offense to go against Tibbs' defense.
I think you mentioned something right away when we're talking about Joakim Noah night playing off that energy. You know, we've had an extra day off. They just had a game last night against a good Philadelphia team. They're
Mm-hmm.
flying in. We've been home, since what's tonight? We've been home since Monday night.
Yeah.
Late night, come in home from Toronto, get some of that home cooking.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So
it's nice. I was looking. I saw something earlier, and it's the Bulls at 4-0, the Knicks at 3-1, and the Hornets at 3-1. And it was somebody tweeted it down as like, "Is this 1993?" Just those 3 teams up there, and I enjoyed it. I got a kick out of it because it's nice that as you feel the same way. That's our prime was 90s basketball.
Yeah,
That's what we grew up on. So
yeah,
going thinking about Knicks and Bulls being another, becoming a rivalry again is exciting to think about.
Can I offer something to the pod that I'd like to do here on the gambling side? Is I want to just see if we take the Bulls against the spread every game where we would end up.
All right.
Where we would end up. So right now we'll do it starting tomorrow because we missed the first 4.
At this point, we're 4-0. Because
I know they covered versus Detroit. I know they covered both games against Detroit and New Orleans. Now I don't know what the spread was against the Raptors.
It was I got it 2.5, I think.
So yeah, they're 4-0. So tomorrow night, can the Bulls move to 5-0 against the spread? And I'm throwing out there, Spaghetti and Meatbulls thinks they can.
Agreed. Stamp of approval.
So here's to 5-0, and I guess things we'll hit everybody back in a week. We'll reconvene. We're undefeated right now. We got let me see how many games we got between our next pod.
We got 3 of them, I believe, John. We got like we said, the Knicks, and then the Jazz, like we talked about on Saturday, and at the Celtics on Monday.
Yeah, and then our next, and then so there's a very real possibility we're 7-0 going into the next pod.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance. I agree. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Get excited.
Yeah.
Get excited, Bulls fans.
Yeah, get excited, Bulls fans. So, if you got nothing else, I think we sign off for today.
Yeah, I think we touched on all of it. Just got to keep that momentum going.
Yep.
Keep the good times rolling, baby.
And if any, as always, we'll send out the pod to you guys. You'll have access, Frank.
Relax, Frank.
Relax, Frank. Frank, relax. You know I'm getting some static from Trigger Fingers. He's wanting the pod. Everybody's wanting the pod. You're gonna get the pod.
Just relax. Just
Shoot
relax.
us your comments. You got questions. You want to be a guest on the pod? Probably not.
We want to be as interactive as possible.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. We want you guys, everyone, to be a part of this. So
right.
Let us know.
We'll send it to everybody. You like what you see, shoot us a text. We'll give you a shout out. We're developing some merch.
We're working on it. We got a few people. We got a few ideas going. And you know what? We're thick-skinned. We can take a little criticism. We can, do stuff we're not hitting on enough, stuff that we're going over too much. Let us know.
Let us know.
Yep.
Or go to hell. Either way.
Either way.
Either way.
That's how we feel.
So, all right, Trevor. Well, I'm sure I'll be texting you here in the next couple days, and good to see you.
Likewise. And go see Red Nation.
Run with us. Spaghetti and meatballs. Signing off.